Stay in school, get good grades, and get yourself a safe and stable job. These are the words in which my poor dad preached to me from a young age. It wasn't that my poor dad was wrong. He just had a different outlook than my rich dad. My poor dad was highly educated. He had a PhD from a highly renowned university. He was excellent at his job, and he earned a significant amount of money. However, my rich dad only had an 8th grade education and would end up being one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. My rich dad was the father of my good friend Mike. He was a small business owner, a blue-collar, nitty-gritty guy. What my rich dad lacked in a formal education, he made up for in his understanding of money and human psychology. My rich dad taught me the difference between an asset and a liability. It's fairly simple. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, while a liability is anything that takes money from your pocket. Don't overthink this. Anything can be an asset or a liability depending on whether it generates positive or negative cash flow. So if you own a house and it generates $1,000 a month through tenants, that house is an asset. However, if you own a house and it costs you $1,000 per month, that house is a liability. Assets can be things like businesses, real estate, stocks, and bonds. Liabilities are fairly simple, and these are the things that cost you money. Paying too much for rent, buying too large of a home, and purchasing expensive cars. The rich accumulate assets. The poor buy liabilities, and the middle class buys liabilities that they think are assets. If I were to listen to my poor dad and take the advice of everyone else, including teachers and role models, I would have probably lived a middle class lifestyle. I would have a safe and stable job. The problem is, I would fail to let my money ever work for me. I would continue to upgrade my lifestyle as I earn more money, acquiring more liabilities. I would ditch that $20,000 Mazda and purchase a $60,000 Mercedes, losing a good portion of that purchase the minute I drive it off the lot. I'd move out of my $200,000 house to buy a $400,000 house as I make more money. I'd purchase the latest and greatest tech devices. While I think I'm getting ahead, I'm really failing to move anywhere. I should be acquiring more assets to add to my gross income. However, instead, these liabilities are just costing me more and more money. That larger house means a larger mortgage. That fancy car means a higher car payment and insurance. And I continue to waste money on technology that will just be dated in a year anyways. To change this, you need to shift the mindset and acquire assets and not liabilities. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much money you earn. You'll continually match it with your liabilities and expenses. You might look rich to the average person, but you'll never actually be rich. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a stable job. But in the United States, we have a rare economic system unmatched by any other country on earth. If you work hard and acquire assets, eventually those assets will generate enough income to replace your job. Going to school and getting a formal education should not be the end of the road. If you have a skill set, capitalize from it and acquire real assets, not liabilities. I'll never understand when someone says, "I'm not going to invest, that's risky," but they have no problem overspending on a new car, which loses nearly 50% of its value when you drive it off the lot and creates new expenses every month. Yeah, owning a car is a good thing. However, people routinely overspend and live outside their means. Yes, stocks can go up and down in price. Real estate can go up and down in price. And businesses can fail. However, you learn something every single time that you fail. It's not like purchasing a liability where you have a 100% guarantee to lose your money. Financial literacy is not about how much money that you earn. It's about how much money that you keep. There are two things that prevent you from keeping your money: spending and taxes. If you earn $1 million per year, but you spend $999,999, you'd be an idiot to think that you truly are a millionaire. What do you have to show for? This is why all the professional athletes should watch this video. These athletes frequently go bankrupt shortly after their playing careers because they fail to accumulate assets during their careers. The other factor in life that many people fail to account for is taxes. The government loves high earners. Even if you earn a substantial salary, the government still takes 37% upfront in income tax. So for someone earning $1 million per year, the government takes $370,000. Then the government taxes you when you spend, taxes you when you save, and even taxes you when you die. But the rich need to pay their fair share, right? A smarter method than to just be a big earner is to take your money and accumulate assets with it. Now, the government has already taxed your income once with the standard income tax. But Uncle Sam is greedy, and he wants your money. The good thing is, there are legal ways to avoid high taxation with your investments. But first, a little lesson on the history of taxation. Throughout American history, there have always been taxes or tariffs in some shape or form to pay for the roads, defense, and basic government requirements. However, it wasn't until 1862, with the Civil War, that there was an actual income tax. But the range of this income tax was 3 to 5%. Just 3 to 5%. The present income tax ranges from 10 to 37% in the United States. In 1894, the income tax was declared unconstitutional, but was once again declared constitutional in 1913 because the world had changed and America was now a global power. It required a much more reliable source of income. Obviously, for the average person, the income tax is a bad thing. It takes our hard-earned money and places it in the hands of the wasteful U.S. government. Luckily, there are legal methods that you can practice to avoid unnecessary taxation. If you live the average 9-to-5 lifestyle where you work, collect your paycheck, live for the weekend, and then return to work following the weekend, it's extremely difficult to truly get ahead. However, one of the biggest secrets of the rich is the power of corporations. You can use a corporation to take advantage of legal loopholes to protect your money. For instance, one of the smartest things that a person can do is house hack or purchase a multifamily home. You live in one unit of the house, and then you rent out the second unit. So not only do you collect income from the second unit, that in many cases covers the majority, if not all of your mortgage, but you can also use this as a business or corporation for certain tax write-offs. For instance, let's say you make an upgrade to the property. You can write that off. You can write off your cell phone bill because you use it to do business. You can write off certain driving miles. You can even write off depreciation in the house itself. Then, upon selling the property, you usually get to avoid paying taxes on a portion of the capital gains. This is the smarter way to play life, instead of just buying a single-family home or renting. In order to increase your financial IQ, you need to focus on increasing your knowledge in accounting, investing, understanding markets, and understanding the law. Do not let people deter you from utilizing legal tax loopholes. After all, you're risking your money with an investment and often benefiting the community. If you buy and flip a property, you benefit, but the community also benefits by seeing an old, beaten-down property purchased and renovated. A renovated property often attracts quality tenants, and quality tenants help the community as a whole. Investment is good. Capitalism is good. If you get one thing from this video, remember, it's not the smart that get ahead in life, but the bold. You can be the most educated individual in the world. However, if you drag your feet and never pull the trigger on an investment, you'll fall behind. Failure is inevitable, but you will learn something in the process. Work to learn and use what you learn to improve. You will learn to identify better business opportunities, better properties to invest in, and better stocks to purchase over time. Take the next step and don't fear losing. Welcome risk. How do you do it? How do you become rich? Well, start by paying yourself first. Practice frugality. Then when you see an opportunity, accumulate an asset, whether this is a house hack, like I said, 3.5% down on a home, or maybe purchasing a couple stocks. Accumulate these assets. Snowball these assets over time, and then start to let these assets start paying for your luxuries in life. Will any of this happen overnight? No, of course not. But if you start today, This can happen within the next few years. We all have what it takes to be rich. And if you were born in the United States, you have the proper environment to flourish. Now find out what you're made of, awaken your inner grit, and go make something of yourself. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button.